Maine. A beautiful, largely wild state with a lot to offer. But if you go into the woods unprepared, you will have a bad time. The goal: drive, talk to the camera, cut some wood, dig a hole, hike some trail, maybe even catch a fish. Above all, just detach from the 24-hour social media cycle. Simple enough. Wrong. Dead fucking wrong. Right out of the gate, I shot myself in the foot by starting at noon. I should have left at first light. Because of this, I was forced to improvise a spot to camp that night before the sun completely disappeared. But I told myself tomorrow would be better. I would do the right thing and start early. Nature. One thing I always fucking forget about is the fucking mosquitoes. There's a Australian level proportion. I guess it's the right time of year everyone's fucking hatching after the long ass fucking winter we had up here. But can't do much about it. Cover yourself in DEET, that's about it. We just passed through South Bemis. We're on our way to around South Farm to Middle Lake or Mooselook. We're going to try and find a spot. Yesterday was so chaotic because I started in the middle of the day and I didn't really know what I was doing. So I just took my time yesterday and went to bed when the sun went down. We ended up stopping at Dixie. I think it was Dixieville Notch is where we stopped, and woke up there at about 5:30. We were going at 6, so I've travelled all the way along 26 into Errol, went into Errol, New Hampshire, then we hooked a left and went north into Maine, up around Wentworth's location, and then we come to Rangeley, and now we're at the south of Rangeley. Over that way is Route 17 to Rumford and Roxbury. Over in that direction would be Kingfield and Sugarloaf and everything. But around here, we're going around Mooselook. Going to find a spot and see if there's somewhere that I can set up. So yeah, I'm just going to suck it and see how this goes. Righto, rock on. Everything seemed to be going plan. I found a spot to set up camp just off of the lake. Had a little stream nearby that ran to it. Neat, somewhere to swim. Other than a bear or wolf attacking me, or an estranged culture shooting me, what could go wrong?
It's colder longer, and because of that, we've kind of concentrated the season.
Meaning the roughly 40 species of black flies are all coming out at once, and even more are in the air because...
These little black specks of terror are at the height of their hatching season between Memorial Day and the end of June, which is when I found myself in a swarm at dusk, conveniently positioned in a brook adjacent a clean water river and lake. Fuck. In a frenzy of pure terror, I had to flee my camp spot and seek refuge from the black flies. In doing so, I forgot to charge the cameras, and what I did record corrupted itself, so there's no footage of that flee. I did finally make it to South Farm that night. The next morning I needed fuel and a hot meal, so I headed into Andover and found Mills Market. A bunch of local old-timers were sitting around a table discussing the comings and goings of the area. It seemed like it was something they did regularly, which somewhat lifted my mood and made me forget about the assault I had just suffered. Alright, so here's the deal. I need to figure out a better solution for batteries and media for my cameras, because it's taken me half the day to charge everything back up. I went into Andover, had breakfast at the little gas station diner that they have there. That was, you know, it was basic, but I got bacon and eggs and some toast and a coffee for under $10, which is pretty fucking good. And I found the road that cuts back around to Middle Dam and then back down to South Farm and followed that. It was very much a dirt trail. It'd be fun to ride dirt bikes up and down through here, so that might be something I'll come back out here and do, is traverse this land on a dirt bike rather than in a RAV4. That might be something that I need to think more about. But I got pretty much back to South Farm and then I came to a gate that was locked, so I had to just basically come all the way back. It was about 12 miles in and it cost me 12 miles to come back out. So overall, you know, it was an experience, but this is experimental. Here's some hunters coming back out. That was a thing for me too. I got in there and I tried to go to Middle Dam, and when I got to the point for Middle Dam, I could tell there were people hunting, and I didn't really want to go deep into the woods, even though I'm wearing an orange shirt, hat and everything. I didn't really want to go in and run the risk of maybe getting shot or, you know, spoiling someone's chase. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to head back down to 26 and follow 26 back down to Newry, and then we're going to go to Lavelle, and I'm going to check out a pub in Lavelle. Apparently they've got a large selection of lambics and Belgian ales, so let's go and get some beer, something to eat, and then maybe I'll go find somewhere to camp after that. Later that afternoon, the bite I'd suffered started to sting worse than I'd ever anticipated, while I was trying to climb a small portion of Old Spec too. I made it to a decent spot and got a good shot. Very cool. After I made my descent, I was completely out of motivation, completely defeated. I tried to find a suitable spot to improvise another camp, but I was getting closer back to civilization. So I ventured back to Boston with my tail between my legs, defeated by nature. What an idiot. If I had planned this better and studied what to expect, maybe things would have been different. But this time, nature won.